Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I am Cheyenne Yvette. These are my office hours. I decided to come in early today because I had time. It is snowing in North Carolina. So I decided to, since I'm home, I might as well work on what I can and get some things done. Look at this Polaroid. This is when I was working at Sheltering Arms. I keep it here to remind myself that I used to dress. I used to dress for the office with what I had, because nonprofits don't really pay for much else. My camera needs to refocus. Okay. There's a lot of things I want to work on today. I am kind of frustrated. I'm using this social media tool called Metricool, which is a social media planner, and I was considering upgrading, but I haven't yet. But I made a post I scheduled a post for this morning at 6 a.m. It's scheduled to Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, but not TikTok, saying there was an error, and it sent me an email to download the video and post it myself, which is actually not what I wanted to do. Like if I wanted to just record a video, I would have did that, and sometimes I do that. But I wanted this tool to streamline things so I could focus on making art instead of making social media content. I make art, and that's what I need to spend my time doing. But it is Sunday and they are probably not in the office, which I understand. But this is what these tools are set up for. So you can post and stay connected on the weekends or on off hours, or people are at home scrolling. And it was just a clip from my live stream. So it's like, hello, your tool is not working the way you promised it will work. Like this is exactly what this tool is for, and the thing did not work. And I was considering upgrading because I'm on the free plan. If this is how this is working on the free plan, I'm not upgrading. But we will see what happens with that come Monday, because I think I will be here working again Monday morning. I don't know where they are based, but I will be here again working Monday morning. And even with the error, it counts out of, you only get 20 posts for your free plan. This counted as a post because it posted to the other platforms. Part of me doesn't like that. Like, I feel like I should get that post back because you didn't post on everything I wanted you to post on. But I'm gonna move on. Okay. So what do I need to work on today? BAM is coming up. It is January 25th. It is coming up in February 6th. So it's probably best I start editing that. I kind of don't want to work on that. But my other options are that and the Siaka audio experience. Let me share this to my Facebook page, actually. Trey Songz has been all up and through my social medias lately with some mess, and I'm so embarrassed. Like, can you, calm down? Go home and calm down. Chris Brown, too. Calm down. Everybody just calm down. Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. It's a chill day, which is why I got on my pajamas. I was like, I'll do my hair, so at least I'm on brand with that. But these are my brand colors. At least my brand colors are. I pulled them from my color season. So I have a lot of clothes that actually match my brand almost exactly, which helps create a cohesive and consistent visual experience. Let me see if this works. Okay. Um, Let me get started. I'm gonna start editing actually. Let me see if I can do that. And I really need to pay attention to my um posture today because I'm in a little bit of pain. Don't need no pain, but also no pain, no gain. Here we go. Heal my body, one my case. Heal my body, one my case. Oh, what he's done for me. Hey, Griots. I'm gonna share my screen. Heal my body, warm my case. Okay. Welcome to BAM, Exploring the Black Arts Movement. Oh no, this is good. In this art experience, I will discuss the importance of accessible art, especially for activism. Art conveys complex ideas, provokes reactions, and fosters understanding beyond words, functioning as a universal language. Because of this, artwork is a very effective tool in activism. Art documents the problems and events occurring at the time. It is then mass produced for consumption through the media. This includes photography for newspapers and film for television broadcasts. The feelings of the masses were expressed in music, which was then played on the radio and performed, such as A Change Is Gonna Come by Sam Cooke, written in 1954. The consistent consumption of imagery and messaging then provokes reactions and fosters understanding of certain issues. Damn it. Messaging then provokes reactions and fosters understanding of certain issues. Damn it. The consistent consumption The consistent consumption of imagery and messaging then provokes reactions and fosters understanding of certain issues. It encourages people to take action, including protesting in the streets and advocating for or voting for certain political changes. Okay. Hey, Griots. Welcome to BAM, Exploring the Black Arts Movement. In this art experience, I will discuss the importance of accessible art, especially for activism. Art conveys complex ideas, provokes reactions, and fosters understanding beyond words, functioning as a universal language. Because of this, artwork is a very effective tool in activism. Art documents the problems and events occurring at the time. It is then mass produced for consumption through the media. This includes photography for newspapers and film for television broadcasts. The feelings of the masses were expressed in music, which was then played on the radio and performed, such as A Change Is Gonna Come by Sam Cooke, written in 1954. The consistent consumption of imagery and messaging then provokes reactions and fosters understanding of certain issues. Music, which was then played on the radio and performed, such as A Change Is Gonna Come by Sam Cooke, written in 1954. The consistent consumption of Change Is Gonna Come by Sam Cooke, written in 1954. The consistent consumption of imagery and messaging then provokes reactions and fosters understanding of certain issues. It encourages people to take action, including protesting in the streets and advocating for or voting for certain political changes. Including protesting in the streets and advocating for or voting for certain political changes. After Cobra, heal my body. After Cobra, After Cobra, African Commune of Bad Relevant Artists, was an artist collective based out of Chicago. Their work defined the art style of the Black Arts Movement using Kool-Aid colors, bold typography, and uplifting images. Their strategy was to make art out of accessible objects, therefore making art accessible. It was then replicated for people to display in their homes and businesses to further share the message. Am I echoing? Trey Songz has been Trey Songz has been I hope not. And businesses to further share the message. People to display in their homes and businesses to further share the message. and 17 cut. Relate to relate to your heritage. Barbara Jones Hogu was a founding member of Afrocobra, in which her approach to image making reflects and projects the moods Barbara Jones Hogu was a founding member of Afrocobra, in which her approach to image making reflects and projects the moods, okay, attitudes, and sensibilities of African American self-determination. Relate to Your Heritage, a color screen print created in 1971, combines the visual language of psychedelic posters with multiple fragments of African American female figures, constructing a cultural specific articulation of femininity and power. This artwork points to the importance of the feminine form in linking a collective mythic history to present day ownership of oneself and power. Draw what you see and what you know. And what you know. Unite. This artwork shows a group of Black Americans making the recognizable Black Power salute, thus communicating an expressive humanism while depicting a fight for cultural liberation. Layered on top of the strong verticals of raised arms, the word unite appears repeatedly in striking block letters that fit together like pieces of a puzzle. These art pieces embody using familiar imagery to foster strong emotions about self love and inspire action and self determination. Emory Douglas. In January 1967, Douglas met Huey P. Newton and Bobby Seale, two young activists from Oakland, who months later founded the months Emory Douglas. Emory Douglas. Emory Douglas. In January 1967, Douglas met Huey P. Newton and Bobby Seale, two young activists from Oakland who months earlier had founded the Black Panther Party. Seeking to promote their civil rights agenda to a primarily Black American audience, the Panthers developed a newspaper, the first of which Seale created and published in April 1967. Douglas's familiarity with the print production process was a fruitful asset as he employed simple tools like markers, rub-off type, Emory Douglas. I'm trying to salvage my voice here. Otherwise, I get in the growl of a panther. Emory Douglas. 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 In 1960, in 1960, in 1967, Douglas met Huey P. Newton and Bobby Seale, two young activists from Oakland who months earlier had founded the Black Panther Party. Seeking to promote their civil rights agenda to primarily Black American audiences, the Panthers developed a newspaper, the first of which Seale created and published in April 1967. Douglas's familiarity with the print production process was a fruitful asset as he employed simple tools like markers, glove-off type, and prefabricated texture materials to create his visually impactful designs. To keep costs low, each paper was printed in one or two colors, black ink, often with a contrasting bright color. His illustrations shone a spotlight on state-sanctioned brutality, depicting law enforcement officers and politicians as pigs, while also portraying Black people bearing arms and defeating their oppressors. Enforcement officers and politicians as pigs, while also portraying Black people bearing arms and defeating their oppressors. Malcolm X speaks for us. Elizabeth Catlett has said that the purpose of her art is to present Black people in their beauty and dignity for ourselves and others to understand and enjoy. As a sculptor and printmaker, she blends figurative and abstract as a sculptor and as a as a sculptor and printmaker, she blends figurative and abstract traditions with social concerns and has maintained a deep belief in the democratic power of printed art to reach large audiences. This image depicts people of different colors layered on top of each other, looking in different directions, symbolizing different walks of life. To the right is a stoic image of civil rights leader Malcolm X. Negro es bello too. This is a lithographic print juxtaposing two black faces stylized as African masks. The face in the top left quadrant is facing to our right, looking past the printed capture, and it does depict subtle signs of distress. The face in the bottom right quadrant is facing forward. These images are framed by yellow circular emblems with a panther, with a black panther in the center. The words "Black is beautiful" are inscribed around each panther. By the way, let me know in the comments if you would like a future experience about the various art processes I discuss. Processes I discuss. I'm Cheyenne Yvette, visual artist and art director of the Cheyenne Yvette Art and Culture Archive. My primary mediums are printmaking and photography. Through my artwork, I explore Black identity from different cultural reference points, by implementing layered storytelling through flat design. I graduated from Lincoln University with a Bachelor in Visual Arts with a minor in Strategic Communications. I later matriculated from the Maryland Institute College of Art with a Master of Professional Studies in the Business of Art and Design. I have shown my artwork in multiple cities across the country, including New York, Philadelphia, Chicago, and the Raleigh area where I live and work. I completed the following artwork from 2016 to 2017 during my senior capstone at Lincoln University. Where is that? I think it's this. This is Africa. This is Africa. This is a screen print layered with the background designed in Adobe software. The background depicts warm, muted colors of Adinkra symbols. These symbols remind people of the specific proverbs and ideas with special meanings such as love, patience, femininity, and strength. The next layer is a bold black image of a woman, hair braided and styled in a hair wrap. Her hair and head combined form the shape of Africa. Strong Black Woman. Inspired by Elizabeth Catlett's Negro es Bello 2, Strong Black Woman is another mixed media print juxtaposing two black faces stylized as theater masks framed by Kool-Aid color circular emblems, narrating a poem about the expectation of Black women to remain calm, cool, and collected, even though they may be feeling immense emotional pain. This piece was deeply inspired by Beyonce's Lemonade album and the book Sister Citizen, Shame, Stereotypes, and Black Women in America by Melissa Harris Perry. Shame, Stereotypes, and Black Women in America by Melissa Harris Perry. Fast forward to 2020. Fast forward to 2020, during the protests that began as reactions to the murder of George Floyd, a 46-year-old unarmed African American man by Minneapolis police during an arrest. During this time, I felt guilty about not wanting to join the protests, especially since this was during the same time as a global pandemic, and I lived with my grandmother, who was vulnerable to the disease. This added to my depression, especially being that I was deeply inspired by the Black Arts movement in college and had focused my creative energy to community based organizations as I started my career. I didn't know what to say. I didn't have any images or the words. I was in shock. The constant consumption of imagery about the excessive use of force by the police became overwhelming. I became desensitized and then mentally withdrawn. It wasn't until later that it clicked. It's not the artist's job to protest in the streets. It is the artist's job to document the times. How can I do that when I am desensitized and withdrawn because of the mounting financial and emotional stress I was experiencing, plus the constant consumption of death by illness and excessive force by the police? This caused a lot of grief, so I drew what I know. I completed a self-portrait titled Self. My hair might be my favorite aspect of myself. I love it because while it's not the most socially acceptable, for the most part, I always look good. Because of the density and texture, I can try different hairstyles with minimal damage. My hair might have been my first medium. My mom would braid my hair and I would put on beads. I love trying different hairstyles, and it is the first thing I do when I feel like I need to pick myself up. So, of course, at a time when I was very depressed that I couldn't create anything, I drew my hair straight from a picture in my phone. Simple. In my upcoming work, I discuss what I know, which is cosmetics, and how I use cosmetics and rituals to build a rhythm of living intentionally. This led me to have the desire to create again. My mission is to educate and express diverse Black American perspectives through art and experiences. Art conveys complex ideas, provokes reactions, and fosters understanding. In my upcoming work, I discuss what I know, which is cosmetics, and how I use cosmetics and rituals to build a rhythm of living intentionally. This led me to have the desire to create again. My mission is to educate and express diverse Black American perspectives through art and experiences. Art conveys complex ideas, provokes reactions, and fosters understanding beyond words, functioning as a universal language. By examining art, you can learn about the beliefs and practices of certain cultures. Archiving is important for preserving cultures and preventing the erasure of lived experiences. Through this archive, I make art accessible for the masses to experience, expressing diverse perspectives through storytelling across different media. Okay. My top was a little lower than, but I'm gonna keep it because that's what happens when you wear shirts like that, especially when there is movement. Hey, Griots. Welcome to BAM, Exploring the Black Arts Movement. In this art experience, I will discuss. I need to take a break and eat something, so I'm going to. I got about a 39, almost 40 minutes in. So this is office hours with Cheyenne Yvette, where I work and create implementing layered storytelling through flat design. You can see that throughout this video that I'm editing here. You have to make the art and then you have to present the art. And oftentimes presenting the art is what is a lot of work. If you would like to support, please continue to watch so I can eventually monetize these channels that I am streaming on. I'm here. I'll be back at 3:30 p.m. Eastern time. So swing back around at the Siaka on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook at 3:30 p.m. Eastern time. There'll be a scheduled event here, so you can see. You can donate through my Cash App, Cheythinkincolor, $Cheythinkincolor, which is in the description. You can also shop my gift shop, magnetismcorner.com. I will be releasing an exclusive print for this event that I am working on. It will be $5. So take a look around magnetismcorner.com and see if you find something that you're interested in. What else? Everything else is in the description, but I'm going to take a break. I'm going to work on this throughout the day, and I will be back here at 3:30 p.m. Eastern time. Thank you so much for joining my live stream. Thank you so much for watching the replay, and thank you for your generosity. It is good going